Hello everyone, the Nerdy Steve here, and today we will be featuring a historic deck, Elves. A link to the list is in the description below. And I'm just going to talk about the game plan of the deck, which is very, very simple, and then we'll play a couple of games. So, let's go. What we really want to do is very, very simply play a lot of Elves, and maybe, hopefully, overwhelm our opponent quickly. And then if that doesn't happen, we can always cast Craterhoof Behemoth, which, when it enters the battlefield, is going to give all of our elves a very big amount of mana, or very big amount of power and toughness. Then we get to attack for a lot out of nowhere. This deck, I'm just playing around with a bunch of different cards. It's a collected company deck, so we can get a lot of elves at the same time. Elvish Warmaster is a card where when another elf enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 token. This happens once a turn. So you can accumulate a lot of elves very, very quickly. And we are using Freyalise, the planeswalker that was released last year on Arena only, that can seek elves and generate a lot of elves and card advantage over time. And that's kind of what we want to do. We're a very, very focused tribal deck, and hopefully we can go quicker than our opponents. Again, I'm trying new things. I have a lot of the specialized cards from Baldur's Gate are elves. We have Shadowheart, Viconia, and Jaheira. And I'm just trying out different things and playing around and seeing, you know, how they work and if they're even good. And because we have those specialized cards, I am running the Triomes from New Capenna just because it allows me to have a mountain and an island as a blue and red to potentially specialize the cards into different forms if we really, really want to. Is it good? I don't know, but that's why we're playing, and that's what we're going to do to try and have some fun. So let's play some games. Okay, so the tap land is actually going to hurt us here because we can't do a turn 2 Elvish Archdruid. But what we can do is we can still Llanowar Elves turn 1, then turn 2, maybe Skyshroud Lookout. We'll see what happens here. But I'm not particularly happy with this tap land. But that's why we play. Alright, our opponent looks like, I wonder what our opponent is on. Some type of mono white, maybe? Oh, mono white life gain. So if we can do that, we can Arch Druid, and then Sentinel. This is a safe attack. Our opponent cannot double block and kill it. Oh! They can! I was not playing around Fragment Reality. So, okay. Oh well, our opponent didn't have anything here, thankfully. So we'll seek. We should have done the seeking first. Now, because we have Skemfar Avenger, whenever another elf or berserker I control dies, I draw a card and lose 1 life. Yeah, so we can very easily recover. Our opponent got a little mana screwed, but, you know, it happens. And we'll take that win. So at least our tap land won't really mess us up here. Because we have we're doing on turn 1 and no other turn 1 play. So it won't be too punishing. Alright, our opponent looks like they're on Phoenix. And Viconia can exile Phoenix. So that's actually a benefit of Viconia. Let's hope our opponent doesn't go off here. I would love to be being able to exile it. Consider. Opt. And another thing? Okay. We will take that. Because I think we can wait now a little bit. Expressive Iteration will allow our opponent to surveil. Another Phoenix. If our opponent cannot kill the Viconia here, we're in a kind of a decent spot. If our opponent can, then we're in a little bit of a worse spot. So, fingers crossed. Opt. Okay. Don't like putting it on top. Another Faithless Looting. Just don't get another Phoenix. We can deal with one Phoenix this turn. We don't want to have to deal with multiple. Okay. Still not the best. But now I have to figure out what I want to do here. Because we want to be able to kill the looting and the ox. But if we do anything more than that, if we cast another spell, we won't be able to. Or do you no, we should have just Elvish Archdruid there, because we can't get rid of both lootings anyway. So trying to get rid of both was like a fool's errand. Okay. I don't like that our opponent discarded that. Oh, another. Lots of cards to discard. Red. And another looting. Okay. So what is... I'm not gonna look yet. We'll see what our opponent does here. But... Alright, no. We won't be able to exile everything. But I was thinking... we can't exile everything. All of one card type, sadly. Because if we did, we could have blocked, right? If we do this... and we can't get rid of all of the Faithless Lootings. But we can get rid of a dragon channeler from the graveyard, which will stop this from having flying. And then next turn we can Craterhoof Behemoth. Well, that's unfortunate. Because now our opponent has a redundant creature. Multiple redundant creatures. So we go to 2. Dang. So now what we can do is Jaspera Sentinel. We can still exile a Ledger Shredder and a Dragon's Rage Channeler. So if our opponent doesn't have anything here... Oh, well, GG. Keep... So we get to Elvish Archdruid on turn 2. A-Tyvar can untap it, which we like. And what can we do with all that mana? Nothing. Yet. But maybe eventually. And we'll see. Oh, our opponent is Mill. Or Rogues might be the better answer. Question, comment? Come on, A-Tyvar. Don't counter it. We'll do that for green. For another mana, and then we can Archdruid. Oh. Well, I could have played that Forest untapped and then still cast the Archdruid. Drown in the Lock. Let's untap. Then we can attack for a lot. So what does Jaheira specialize into black do? Each opponent loses 3 life? Okay. That's actually potentially relevant. The green one gains us life, which, you know, we don't necessarily need. Of one mind? Okay. So our opponent is missing probably the turtle or something like that. The mill card. Let's Llanowar Elves. We will Freyalise. We have our 2 elf planeswalkers. We will not acknowledge Nissa. We're gonna seek an elf card. We could have done our specialized for black there, but I think making it so that if our opponent kills things, we draw stuff is probably what we want to be doing. I could untap the Druid, but if our opponent has removal, the Druid's probably a really, really strong choice for them to kill, so I might as well pump up all of our other creatures while this is happening. Okay. Then we land our elves and say go. Hope our opponent doesn't do anything. Let's see what we have here. Now, what is our opponent doing? Brazen Borrower. We have a lot of mana. GG. Alright, Surf. This is not particularly good, but we get to have a turn 3 Archdruid, which can help us. Alright, opponent. Let's see who is the better elf player. They probably are, but we don't need to, you know. They're mono green. We're elves. Vivian. Uh-oh.
I love everything from deer to dinosaurs.
We could do this. Tap.
The land and those
Untap.
will fight beside me.
GG. I'll take it. Alright, we will... I don't know if this is any good, but... why not? We're gonna have a lot of mana, I think? Tithys? Okay. Oh, great. And we get to... Just don't get rid of our Archdruid, because next turn we can get out our hand, and then the following turn, Craterhoof Behemoth. Sterling Grove. Uh-oh. We need our opponent to not go off next turn. Ooh.
I will not shy away from savagery if it brings us victory.
We'll do this. Now, next turn we have so much damage coming through with our Craterhoof Behemoth that I will, if our opponent, as long as our opponent doesn't protect themselves with, what is it, 9 lives or whatever, we'll be fine. So don't have 9 lives, please. Alright, Solemnity. They will not have another turn, sadly. Let's just attack for how much? Who needs lands when you're an elf player? GG. Okay. We have turn 1 elves, turn 2 Archdruid, which I like. Do you like that? Innkeeper. So, I wonder if our opponent is the Squirrel deck. Squirrel Heliod combo. Innkeeper. Because our opponent's going to be gaining a lot of life. I think we have another turn before we have to be really worried. We can do this, and then at our opponent's end step, we get to Collected Company. And then hopefully we can go off. Yeah, that's what we have, one turn, because, yeah, they can start just... Any creature now is going to start pumping everything, and if they get the squirrel, they can start putting counters on it and everything. It's just no bueno for everyone. Let's activate that. For GG. Okay, we have our Llanowar Elves. Nothing really to ramp into. But we'll see. Alright, that's decent. Mono Red can easily kill the Llanowar Elves. Shock, okay. Gonna Llanowar Elves again. I'm not gonna shock in an Overgrown Tomb. Shock. Then I'll Triome. The next turn we can Warmaster into something. Play with fire? Okay. Phoenix of Ash. That's kind of nice. Skewer. Our opponent could have attacked and then skewered post-combat unless they want a spectacle again. 8. Uh-oh. So we could easily lose here, depending on what our opponent has. I tried to get a reach creature. I have a lot of reach elves, but did not draw one. We're at 4. And we die. No, not Llanowar Elves, Jaspera Sentinel, which is a little worse Llanowar Elves, but that's fine. White, black, are you gonna kill it? Mind Spike. Elvish Warmaster into Jaspera Sentinel. Dawn of Hope. So now, what do we really want here? Craterhoof. $13. Alright, opponent. Revitalize, okay. Mind Spike again. 4. If we did the Allosaurus Shepherd last turn over the Viconia, we would have had lethal, because we had 6 mana. So that was a mistake that our opponent could very easily punish us for if there's a Wrath of effect here. And there wasn't. So, thankfully, we were not punished. Well, thank you all for watching me play some Historic Elves. This deck is fun, but it definitely is not particularly competitive. I think Elves can be, and with the release of, hopefully, Elvish Mystic in the next Historic Anthology, or Pioneer Anthology, or Explorer Anthology, or whatever it's going to be called, this deck becomes a lot better and more reliable. I was just playing around with a lot of the one of black effects like Skemfar Avenger, Elderfang Ritualist, and stuff, and A-Tyvar Kell. And they were all okay, nothing particularly great or mind-blowing. But this deck, it's elves, it spirals out of control, and it's fun, and so if that's your type of thing, it's really, really good, and I would recommend it for that. But regardless, if you haven't already, you should totally like, comment, or subscribe. Watch me play live on Twitch at twitch.tv/thenerdysteve. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are, and thanks for watching. Bye.